We're on the air. We're on the radio. The mobile devices should now have us on, so we're good with that. We're also going to have this. We're going to have this available for you very shortly. I'll have this posted behind me on a board behind me. I just got this a few days ago. I ordered this. I'll be able to show you on the map. I'll be able to point to the map and show you exactly where these earthquakes are. Okay? We're going to have this earthquake 3D built probably very soon. But I want to be able to point to the map and show you exactly where these earthquakes are. I have one of those. Yeah. 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 And that's where you're going to be able to find our program from now on. That's awesome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for bearing with us. We've had some technical difficulties, but we're here. We are here. Yeah. Yeah. I'm totally stoked. Sorry, she doesn't want to be seen drinking her water. As you know, I have an issue with being dried out, and so every once in a while I'll have to have a little bit of water, which is not a problem. Which isn't a problem. I don't think. I hope you don't think it is. I don't want you. Nah. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's what's going on. But I wanted to point out a few more earthquakes for you. Yes, we have earthquakes here in the United States. It happens. We told you about that one over at Parley Summit Park, Utah. This one is in Junction, Utah. Junction, Utah, central Utah. This earthquake is actually in what they call the Black Rock Desert volcanic area. That's what is responsible for this earthquake. Now, I have not been to the seismogram for this earthquake yet. This is a minor earthquake. It was a 1.64. And I will be doing a triangulation for this earthquake and looking up exactly what happened with this earthquake. Now, we've already told you that what is going on with the volcanoes. There's volcanic infill going on. Volcanic infill is going on. That's why these earthquakes are hitting the volcanoes. This earthquake up here at Parley Summit here, let me get my pen here so I don't put my finger in the way. This earthquake here at Parley Summit is completely different. That is part of the Wasatch Fault. That is part of the Wasatch Fault. Okay? I'm going to pull this earthquake down so you can see exactly what it is. Okay? You see the mountainous terrain there. Those are the Wasatch Mountains. Parley Summit is over on basically the east top of the mountain. The top of the Wasatch Mountain. That's where this earthquake hit today. The top of the Wasatch Mountain. Now, I'm going to increase this just a little bit more. I want to show you where the Wasatch Fault is. This right here, let me back it up. This is the Wasatch Fault. Okay, this whole inside area, the lower part of the mountains, it's called the Wasatch Fault. There's 7 segments to the Wasatch Fault. They run from southern Utah all the way up to the Idaho border. But the problem with this, any one of the segments of the Wasatch Fault could go off, or the whole, I just hit my microphone again, the whole Wasatch Fault could go off. Okay, we could have a major earthquake along the entire Wasatch Fault. Now that's kind of what we're looking at when it comes to Cascadia. The entire fault could go. Could go. Okay, the entire fault could go. Notice where Yellowstone is. Okay, see the line there? You see 3 earthquakes that make a line, north to south. That's Yellowstone at the top, and at the bottom is central Utah. Okay? We have a line of earthquakes going up from the north in Yellowstone all along the fault. All along the fault. Okay? Those aren't the only earthquakes we want to talk about. This is over in Oklahoma. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping through the plain, and the plain, the winds are so sweet. Oh, what is it? I can't remember the name of it. I know the name of the song. So sweet. I'll sing it to you another time. Yes, I'll serenade you again. The waving wheat, it sure smells sweet as the wind comes sweeping down the plain. Anyway, Moreland, Oklahoma. Moreland, Oklahoma got hit by a 1.30 earthquake. Winoka, Oklahoma, 1.44. Going east, Enid, Oklahoma, 1.42. Enid, Oklahoma. Let's go south. Got an earthquake to talk about. Guthrie, Oklahoma, just south of Enid, a 2.13. In this case, the seismicity increased. 2.13 in Enid. Or Guthrie, I mean. Guthrie, Oklahoma. South of there, Blanchard, Oklahoma, a 1.65. 1.65. Going back up north, east of Enid, Oklahoma, we have Red Rock, Oklahoma, where we had a 1.32. One more. This is number 7. Owasso, Oklahoma, a 1.32 in Owasso. Now, you need to also know that all those 7 earthquakes were all in oil and gas pumping operations. There are over, I believe it was 758,000 oil and gas pumps in Oklahoma. And there's even more pumps over in Kansas. And there's tons, thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of pumps south of Oklahoma. Where? In the place where everything's bigger. Texas. Texas has even more. Now I want to go over east. We have 3 earthquakes we need to talk about over east from Oklahoma. I'm going to show you 3 more earthquakes. Tiptonville, Tennessee. Tiptonville, Tennessee had an earthquake. I'm sorry, here it is. This is a 2.51 magnitude earthquake. This is up at the north end of the New Madrid Fault. Tiptonville, Tennessee had a 2.51. Right. Yeah. But we're trying to help. We're trying to solve those problems. Yeah. Anyway, Tiptonville, Tennessee. There's 3 earthquakes here on the New Madrid we want to talk about. Tiptonville, Tennessee at 2.51. Portageville, Missouri. Portageville, Missouri at 1.44. And just south of there, again, outside of Tiptonville, south and east of Portageville is Tiptonville still. So Tiptonville got hit twice, a 1.28 and a 2.51. Okay, that's what it's showing. That's on the New Madrid Fault, the northern part of the New Madrid Fault. And the fault runs all the way down towards Little Rock, Arkansas, all the way further south. We're going down to Memphis, Tennessee, and that whole area. It runs up and down that whole entire area. Okay? I can't even show it. Well, I can. I can pull it out a little bit and show you. Yeah. So you can see what's going on. I want you to be aware of everything. I got accused today of not reporting, showing you proof of the earthquakes hitting. Okay? I got accused of showing you that the earthquakes aren't hitting, or hitting, but no, we're not showing you where. Really? I've been showing you guys maps. I've been referencing seismograms. I have, in fact, posted a seismogram from last Saturday in Siberia to show you how strong that earthquake was. Today, to prove that the earthquakes were hitting were very strong earthquakes down Puerto Rico, we showed you the seismogram for Puerto Rico. That the seismogram, the stylus went completely off the paper, just like it did in Siberia Saturday. And the seismogram on Friday also went off the paper. Excuse me, I just hit my microphone again. I hope you guys weren't thundered in your ears. But it went off the paper, and it lasted forever. It was not a 6.0 like the powers that be want you to believe. This was a much larger earthquake. Okay? A much larger earthquake. And it happened. And that area is still getting hit with very large earthquakes and moderate earthquakes. Okay? How can that happen if it was only 6.0? Okay? One more earthquake, this time into Canada. And there was actually 2 earthquakes here earlier. I'm going to start, I've got to promise myself to start taking screenshots so you can see this. This one is a 2.60, and this happens to be in Hinchinbrook, in Hinchinbrook, Quebec, Canada. Hinchinbrook, Quebec, Canada. There were 2 earthquakes here earlier today. Okay? Where did it come from? After speaking with Terry Rempel about this earthquake and the other earthquake in near the same location, not quite, but near the same location, this seismic energy may have come up from where Puerto Rico was. It may have migrated north through Florida, through the hilly parts of Florida, and there are faults in Florida. There are. And came up the craton, the eastern craton of the United States, up into Canada. Up into Canada. Okay? Okay. Yeah. We've had a 5.3 magnitude earthquake. This one has happened in south of Fiji. This was 317. Oh, please don't tell me that happened. I'm sorry, folks. I had it up here, and I think I took it down accidentally. I'm hoping it comes back up here. Here it comes. We had a 5.3 magnitude earthquake, 317 kilometers below the surface. This was another deep earthquake over in Fiji. 317 kilometers. I'm checking the depth to magnitude conversion chart that Bella and Rebecca put together, and I've gotten permission to use this. 317 kilometers beneath the surface. We are going to have to add a 0.64 magnitude to this earthquake today. So instead of having a 5.3, we're going to have a 6.0 magnitude earthquake as a result of this earthquake here in the Fiji Islands today. A 5.3 is going to be a 6.0, a more shallow and stronger earthquake than what happened today in the Fiji Islands. Again, this will hit at a fulcrum point. At a fulcrum point between Fiji and probably Papua New Guinea. Okay, between Fiji and Papua New Guinea today. I'm going to show you what we're talking about here. Okay, the violet or blue or whatever color this is on your device, this is where the 5.3 magnitude earthquake is. The other earthquakes below are in New Zealand. That is New Zealand. And they got hit with 3s and 4 magnitude earthquakes today. Okay. Over here is where Papua New Guinea is. Okay. That is probably where the earthquake is going to hit, is in Papua New Guinea. Okay, 6.0. The other earthquakes that we should tell you about today are happening in northeast Australia. Northeast Australia, where we've had a 2.5 magnitude earthquake in Ravensworth, northeast Australia. Ravensworth, northeast Australia today. Okay? South of there, in Grand Ridge, VIC, Australia, we had a 2.4. Southeast Australia, 2.4 in Grand Ridge, Australia. Over in West Central Australia, we had a 3.2 at Mount Burgess. Mount Burgess, Western Australia, 3.2. Okay? So they got hit by earthquakes as well today. They got hit by earthquakes as well. Now, I want to show you something. If you'll notice, I don't think you're going to be able to see it on this map, but there's a craton edge running up and down the border of Eastern Australia. There's a craton edge there. Okay? Over here is the other end, the Yeah. Anyway, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Australia got hit by earthquakes today. We had earthquakes all over central Indonesia. I'm going to show you some of those right now. Got earthquakes hitting in central Indonesia. I want to go up into Luzon Island, Philippines, and show you that there were 10 earthquakes associated with that volcanic burst. 10 earthquakes associated with that volcanic burst, explosion, eruption down in Batang, or near Batang, Philippines. I'm going to show you now where the earthquakes are all over that. The lake that you see right there is the lake where that volcano originated. You can see the earthquake marker. It says 10 plus earthquakes. That is where the volcano is. That is where the volcano is. So now you're seeing it all. You're seeing it all. We have quite a few earthquakes. 3.8, 4.1, 3.7, 3.4s, 3.1s, 3.2s. I'm just punching up a few of the seismic readings for that area. Okay, upwards of 4.1, and the others are 3s around the volcano. That is very typical when we have eruptions. An eruption, a regular eruption of a volcano, can generate as much as a 5 or 6 magnitude earthquake. When Kilauea erupted back in the early part of 2018, I believe it was May 2018, when Kilauea erupted, it generated a 6.4 magnitude earthquake. Okay, so that happens. We have large earthquakes with the eruption of a volcano. But as you can see, look at all the aftershocks that are associated with that eruption of the volcano. A lot of earthquakes in that area. I would say we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, maybe 19 earthquakes just in this area. And this probably isn't all of them. It probably is not in all of them. Just so you have a good idea of what is going on in Luzon, Philippines today. They got nailed. They got nailed. Our prayers go out to them. Like I said, there have been at least 22 people killed, and thousands of people been injured. Tens of thousands of people have been already evacuated, and tens of thousands more are in shelters. Some people were allowed to go back to their homes today. Okay, we told you about that earlier. Some people were allowed to go back to their homes today. I pray that these people will be able to find things well with their homes. It was reported earlier that people were not going to be able to retrieve their pets and animals once they had evacuated. I find that to be appalling, that they're not allowed to evacuate with their animals. I understand some farm animals, but for the powers that be to say, we'll rescue your farm animals at a later time. These animals have been breathing ash. They've been breathing volcanic gases. I can't help but believe that a large majority of the farm animals and other pets are dead. You cannot survive a volcanic eruption and breathe in the gas and the ash and be alive. And if you are alive, your body is wreaking havoc with itself after having breathed in the volcanic dust, including the glass. They won't survive. They really won't survive. Yeah. 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 I want to tell you about one. Yeah. One other earthquake I want to tell you about happened off the east coast of Japan. This earthquake actually occurred at 21:25 last night, Mountain Standard Time. This was a 5.1 magnitude earthquake last night off the coast of Japan. This earthquake occurred last night off the coast of Japan, north of Tokyo. And it was probably about 150 miles north of Tokyo, Japan. The volcanoes that we've been seeing over on Honshu, on the Honshu Island, are over on Honshu. This is the area on Honshu where those volcanoes are. I wanted to point it out in case you were wondering. These volcanoes are on Honshu Island. Honshu Island. We have had two other smaller earthquakes over north and east of Tokyo today. A 3.2 at the Ibaraki, Ibaraki, Ibaraki Prefecture, a 3.2, and just north and west on land, right on the coast of Honshu, right on the coast of Kyoto, Japan, Ibaraki-ken, Japan, had a 3.8. The only other earthquake we had was over on the far north of Honshu, was a 3.2. A 3.2 magnitude earthquake there. So that's what's happened in Japan. We talked about Alaska earlier. The one earthquake that we probably ought to tell you about was up in, we had an earthquake in the Kuril Islands, a 3.7 magnitude quake there. That is an island area of 21 islands between Japan and Kamchatka, Russia. 3.7 in the Kuril Islands. Then going up into the Aleutian Islands. Let's go up there and talk about the quakes there. In the center of the Aleutian Island chain, in Adak, Alaska, a 0.89. Adak Island is 0.89 magnitude earthquake. Just east of there, also Atka, Alaska, a 1.07. 1.07 at Atka, Alaska. And then over in Unalaska, near Akutan, we have a 2.5. This is near the Shishaldin volcano. The Shishaldin volcano, which is still erupting there. We've got quite a few volcanoes erupting, folks. We have quite a few volcanoes. I don't have the chat in front of me. You do? Do we have any questions? No. So anyway, that's what's going on. We told you where the major quakes were today. The only thing I wanted to just go up and double check one more time is up in Alaska. I wanted to look at this. Okay, want to go up in Alaska and look at the area around the peninsula of Alaska. I want to look at Mount Redoubt volcano. Okay, we've had a number of earthquakes over there. Today we had a 1.80 near Redoubt volcano and another 1.80 at Mount Redoubt. So we've had two 1.80 earthquakes at Mount Redoubt today. Mount Redoubt is a volcano. I'm sorry, it disappeared. There we go. There's Mount Redoubt today. That's where Mount Redoubt is. Two earthquakes there. I want to tell you about some more information about Puerto Rico. This came out today from USGS. Again, I don't hold them completely trustworthy, but this is what they are saying. Scientists at the U.S. Geological Survey released the latest earthquake forecast for Puerto Rico. While the most likely scenario shows decreased activity, this is what they call the most likely scenario. There's still a chance of another major earthquake striking in the next 7 days, according to the forecast with USGS. Now, this is an agency that says, oh, we don't forecast earthquakes. We don't forecast earthquakes. Really? According to the USGS latest forecast, over the next week, there's a 4% chance of one or more aftershocks that are larger than 6.4. Okay? This is supposed to be an aftershock. Okay? Folks, that earthquake was not a 6.4. It was an 8.4. Okay? The USGS says it is likely there will be a smaller earthquakes over the next week as well, with 40 to 230 magnitude 3.0 or higher earthquakes in Puerto Rico. Anywhere from 40 to 230 magnitude 3 or larger earthquakes. Magnitude 3 and above are large enough to be felt near the epicenter. We told you that. Magnitude 3 to 3.9 are considered small earthquakes. The number of aftershocks will drop off over time, approximately a year to 2 years in this case, because it was an 8.4 magnitude earthquake. But after a large aftershock, after a while, a large aftershock can increase the numbers again. Temporarily, it says. Okay? They've already had an 8.4 earthquake. They've had an 8.0 earthquake. We're going to see what happens. But I wanted to give you this information, which is the latest from USGS. They say we don't know if there's going to be any other large quake big enough to do additional damage or bigger than what we have seen so far. This is according to Joshin Braunmiller from the USGS, a seismologist and a research faculty member at the University of South Florida. Okay, that's what they have to say. According to Braunmiller, he says, quote, I was a little surprised about the actual location of these earthquakes because they are not happening right at the plate boundary between North America and the Caribbean plate. They are happening close to the island and above the plate boundary. What he's not telling you is there's no more plate boundary where he said it was. There is a new plate boundary where the 8.4 magnitude earthquake happened. Okay, that's what's going on there. Braunmiller said the quakes are hitting in a deformed zone near the upper crust. That might be the aftershocks are hitting there, but the 8.4 magnitude earthquake was nowhere near the upper crust. It was a very deep earthquake and shattered the plate. Deep earthquake means more than 69 miles beneath the surface. And we showed you last Tuesday that it was a very deep earthquake. Okay? Braunmiller said the worst case scenario for Puerto Rico would be a subduction zone earthquake to the order of 7.5 or an 8. A subduction zone earthquake from a 7.5 to an 8. Says that's the worst case. They've already had an 8.4 and an 8.0. Okay, so that's what USGS is saying. It says they're continually updating their forecast page, but they've said that they don't forecast earthquakes. Braunmiller says he understands why people in Puerto Rico are terrified. No one can predict what is going to happen next. They can't. Some of them are staying in their cars. They don't feel secure enough to stay in their homes because their homes have sustained damage. Many homes have been destroyed. And I'm going to find, I promise you, I'm going to work to find the pictures of the earthquake area that I obtained earlier from friends of ours that have pictures of the earthquake and the area of the earthquake. Okay, I'm just checking some more areas here. Okay, there's that. One other place here. I know I should have saved that picture from earlier, but I did not do that. Okay, there's that. I'm still looking, folks, so just please bear with me. I'm also getting those messages from you guys saying you don't have audio. We solved that issue and turned the audio on for you. Yeah. Excuse me. I still have not completely gotten over my cold, although I am a lot better. Oh, sorry about that. I'm sorry to be yawning in everybody's ears. Apparently, there was a woman who asked a question last night, and people jumped down her throat. She said that I read the question out of context, and people jumped down her throat. I don't want to say that we jumped down your throat. I don't want to ever tell you that we jumped down your throat. That was not our position, to jump down anybody's throat. Right. Right. This woman's question was first a couple of replies. She said, first, was there still going to be a big quake because we passed Terry's prediction? And we said, yes, there's going to be a big quake. Okay. Terry explained last night, and we hope it wasn't taken in a manner that you thought we were jumping down your throat, because that's not it. Terry has explained many times that the earthquake is past the original forecast. It was not ever a prediction. We are not soothsayers. We are not psychics or anything like that. This has nothing to do with it. This was a forecast, and we still believe the major earthquake is going to happen at the Cascadia area. Okay, so we first want to clear that up. It is past the forecast time, but conditions are still saying that it's going to happen. Since Terry originally issued that forecast, we've had 7 volcanoes in the Cascadia area that have steamed off, meaning they have erupted in steam eruptions. No ash as of yet. But what has happened, folks, is that we have seen cracks in the summit of the volcanoes. We've seen cracks at the summit of the volcano. The cracks are showing right at the plug of the volcano, just like a wine bottle has a cork. The plugs of the volcano are magmatic plugs. Some are obsidian, others are just regular volcanic rock that are plugging the volcano. There have been cracks that have developed and steam that is either in the magma or came from the water table or coming up, and the volcano is steaming. Why the steam? Because the magma is right beneath that plug, and it's heated that plug up, causing steam eruptions. That's why that's happening. Okay? Cool. Awesome. I love it. Welcome, Terry. Thank you for joining us. Okay? I want to continue on because I want to address this. I don't want it to get out of hand. I don't want anybody to feel like we attacked her or her is feeling like we attacked her. And I don't want anybody to attack anyone, ever. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't either. Yeah. 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 This woman said she didn't see much of a difference in the seismographs, or seismographs as she puts it. We personally have watched and been watching the seismographs, everything for months, literally months, and some, in my case and also in Terry's, years. Okay? She said, this woman says, and I'm not going to mention her by name. I don't want to embarrass her or anything else. She's a good lady. She says it was a question from a worried mother of 5 and wife of a husband who works in Seattle every day. She says, I have supported your channel from the beginning by subscribing and liking it. Myself and my entire family now, including my extended family that I've shared with, watch you every day. I asked that question because I look to both of you for answers. Instead, you replied in a bad way, and people started calling me horrendous names. And I'm sorry if that happened. I'm sorry if that happened. I will get down on my knees and apologize if I have to. That should not, if it happened, I'm sorry, it should not have. But I'm also telling you that the evidence supports seismic increase, because it does. We've seen continued seismic increase over a period of time, and it's continuing to increase almost on a daily basis. Okay? I don't want you to believe that we slighted you, beat you up, or anything else. I'm sorry. You said, I'm still quoting you because I'm reading this live from the comments here. You are a fellow believer in Christ, and you can understand maybe you hadn't read it all and you were righteously upset. But I can assure you it wasn't my intention. This is a woman speaking. I apologize and ask your forgiveness if my comment was interpreted any differently. I want to apologize if anybody attacked you. That was not the purpose, and I don't want you thinking we attacked you. Okay? Everybody deserves an honest answer. Again, we've been watching the seismograms. We've been watching everything. And I could show you, if we were right here together, side by side, I could show you the evidence, the supporting documents. And soon we will be. I'll be able to share the screen and show you exactly what I've seen. Okay? I will be able to do it with this new software that we introduced today. But I'm not completely up to speed with it. So that's why I haven't showed it to you today. But I will in the future. I promise you. I want to share the screen with you. I want to have you see what we're seeing. That way there will be no one that doubts what we're showing, because we want you to understand and see what we're seeing. Okay? It's very important to us. It really is. Another woman who is a very dear friend of mine, she's family. She's family to me. She says that her daughter says that she's overreacting, that her daughter can't find any information online from any government site or proof from anywhere. To my dear friend Linda, there is all sorts of evidence. There is all sorts of evidence. In your particular area, those of you that live in Washington and Oregon, and even in Northern California, there is a lot of evidence. If you go to pnsn.org, pnsn.org, in the top of the page, you're going to see the word seismograms. If you click on that, you're going to see a drop-down menu. In that drop-down menu, it's going to have two different topics you can click on. Click on Maps. You click on Maps. You're going to come to a page that shows the Washington, Oregon, and Northern California areas with a bunch of triangles all over it. Okay? A bunch of triangles all over it. And in those triangles represent seismograms. If you click on one of those triangles, you can click on, in your particular area, Linda, and areas where even this other good subscriber of ours went, you can click on one of those triangles, and you can pretty much find the seismogram in your area. And you can look at it, and you can see what happens. Now, you may see a seismogram with pretty much normal lines going through it. Click on the one next to it. Or you can click on a seismogram to an area that's very familiar to you. It will say that it'll describe where the seismogram is, the location, the mountain where that seismogram, that sensor is, that sensor that covers that area. Rainier is R-E-R. R-E-R. There's also one with Rainier that's R-E-C. R-E-C. And you'll be able to see what's going on at Mount Rainier. And you can click on it every day. Now with PNSN, you're able to go and click on Previous. At this point in today, click on Previous, and it will show you what happened earlier today and going through the entire day. If you just stay at that one seismogram that you're going to see when you first click into it, that's only going to show you the first or the last 2 hours of today that they've covered, because it doesn't start with the beginning of the day. It doesn't start with the beginning of the day. So if you first click into the seismogram, you're going to only see the last couple hours. So if you go back to the previous day, which in this case is Monday, it will be Monday's seismogram. You're going to be seeing the end of Monday and into Tuesday today. In other words, from the 13th to the 14th. And you're going to be able to see exactly what is going on. I wish I could bring up that screen and show it to you. The seismogram for Mount Rainier, RER. Do you have that? I can't wait till you can show me how I can do it. I can't wait. It's pnsn.org. As I just explained to Linda and everybody else, and I believe Linda, she's a family member. She's a dear, dear lady. Okay. Okay. We're going to go to pnsn.org. We go to the top part of that page. It's going to say seismograms right there. You click on that and go to maps. Okay. Over in the right, below it, the station list, it says search for location or station. Put in RER. Click on that. Then go over to where it says open seismogram. Okay. This is Emerald Ridge, Mount Rainier. This is the last 2 hours of what it's showing at Mount Rainier. You see small earthquakes going across the screen. Okay, go back and click previous. Go back to that screen, previous, right there. Okay, now scroll down. You see the beginning of yesterday? That's the beginning of yesterday. We had some small quakes at the very beginning of yesterday. Those small quakes were 0.5s to 1.2s. Okay? As you see today, towards the bottom of the page, you see magmatic infill, magma to the volcano at approximately 0300 hours. Yes, today, 0300 hours there. You can see 0300 hours over on the left-hand side of that seismogram. Around 0300 hours, about 0330. Okay, the lines are every 15 minutes. 03, 0315, 0330. You see that brown or that blue line there going across. And you see a black line at the right-hand side. Again, there's magma magma infusion in infill going on in the volcano. As we go down through the rest of today, 10 a.m. this morning, the red line there, you're going to see magma infusion, magma infill, and small earthquakes. And you see small earthquakes going across the entire page there. Okay, that's what we see. You see those black blobs or blobs and blue blobs? Magma, folks. Magma. Okay? This is Mount Rainier. This is Mount Rainier. Let me go back and I'll give you another site. Hold the phone. Stand by. Okay? You go back to that original page that we were on. No, we go back to where we were at, where we showed the maps. Okay. Okay, hold on just a second. We're going to go and visit some locations here. Okay. Let's also go over to PAT2. Okay. Let's go back there, put in PAT2. Paul, Adam, Tom, 2. Okay. Let's click on that. This is Patterson. This is Patterson. See the top of the page? This was within the last 2 hours. Okay? You see a large amount. See that blue line? You see a large amount of magma entering the system. Over here on the right, the black. You see how it starts off with regular magma infusion into the system, and then you see a large bunch of marks there. That's a large amount of magma infusion. The same thing at 1800. 1800 is 6 p.m. See this red line here? There's magma infusion going on, and then it lessens, and then it happens again about, I want to say, each line is about 50. Yes. Yes. Yes, 1750. That's 550, just before 6 o'clock. Okay? Okay. 1810. 1810. Yeah, it'll give you the time. Now let's go back to previous so we can see the rest of the day today. Okay? Scroll down. Look at all that magma infusion, infill into the volcano. Okay? This is happening more and more and more every day. Every day. Now, I did take some screenshots a while back, and I'm going, well, within the past week or so, Terry and I have been going over this over and over and over. I'm going to show you one seismogram in Washington. Look at this one. Major magma infill. Major magma infill. Okay, let me try to find another one here. No, you can share it. You can keep it there. This is typical. This is typical. Look at that, folks. Again, magma infill happening. Let me try to find another one here. Okay, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. And that was just, let me look at it. I'll tell you when it happened. That happened January 5th. It's the 14th, so it's 9 days ago. 9 days ago. January 5th. So those people that say that the seismograms are always the same, no, they're not. Okay? This one was the beginning of a day. Excuse me, it was the end of the day. And this shows some small earthquakes and magma infill going on. This is not RER. This is a separate. Area. This is not Mount Rainier. Okay, this is not Mount Rainier. EPH2 is where it's at. Okay, totally different seismogram. I'm going to see if I've got one other one here. I think I might. Here's one. Okay, look at this, folks. That's huge. That's huge. The line's flowing down across time. It lasted for a long period of time. Okay? It lasted for a long period of time. Yes, there's earthquakes in here. There's earthquakes in here. Okay? It's all over. These are just some of what you're going to see on these seismograms from PNSM. Okay? The more and more that you look at these seismograms, the better you're going to understand what is going on. Okay? The more and more you look at these seismograms, the better you're going to understand what is actually going on. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go over to Glacier P. I think it's GLP or something like that. GPW, there you go. Come along on a voyage of discovery. We're going back to the map. GPW. There you go. That is the last 2 hours, the last 2 or 3 hours. Okay, you can see a minor earthquake there on the left-hand side. That long red streak there, that's about a 1.2 magnitude earthquake. Okay, let's go back a day. Let's go previous. Okay, that will give us a good idea what happened earlier today and the end of yesterday. Okay, let's scroll down. Okay, we have magma infill going on, and we show an earthquake. This was probably a 3.5 magnitude earthquake here. Yeah, you can see small tremors in there. Yeah. These are earthquakes, folks, right here. So this will change. Every day it will be different. Some days will be heavier than others. Just let's go back a couple days. Let's go back 2 or 3 days. Let's take a look at what's happened on previous days, because I know for a fact that Glacier Peak has been different. So let's kick back to previous. Let's go back to previous. Let's check out yesterday's. Okay. Yeah. Cool. That's all right. Every day is going to be different. Let's scroll down on Glacier Peak here. Okay. This was this one big red line here was yesterday morning. Okay. Yesterday morning, January 13th. Actually, that was last night. I mean, yeah. PST is on the left, though. Okay. This was last night. January 13th, last night. Okay. You see that earthquake there. Let's scroll down. Okay. Look at the earthquakes there. We've got a couple 2-pointers, two 2.5 magnitude earthquakes, one blue there. See the blue there? We see some magma infill, some blurbs. We've got magma infill going on there. That red one down there, that's a small earthquake too. Okay. Let's go back a day again. Let's go back to the 12th. Look what's going on. You see that the area around 04 in the morning? 04 in the morning on the 12th? There's magma infill going on. All those red and blue lines and black lines, we have magma infill. And yes, we have now that big, huge red strike there, up and down strike that happened about 3 o'clock in the morning. Happened about 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. There's another 2.5 to 3.0 magnitude earthquake. Okay. It says 2.6 near Eureka. Okay. Okay, that happened. I don't know when they started doing it. I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. That's what they see. That's what you see there. You see those blips through the screen there, through the lines. That's all magma infill. That's all magma coming into the system. All those blips and blurbs, you see where the lines get thicker in areas, magma infill. Magma infill. We can even go back another day and see what's happening. Now, they're not reporting these earthquakes. That 2.6 there near Eureka, was not reported. This was from the 12th, I believe it was. Yeah, but it was not reported. There they got it. Yeah, it wasn't reported. Let's go back even another day. I want to emphasize that the seismograms are not the same day to day. Look at this. There's you go to the top of this page. That was the night of the 10th going into the 11th. Okay, look at all the magma infill at the top of the page. That happened at night at about, well, it started all night long, starting at approximately 6 o'clock, 6:05, 6:04, something like that. And then it continued. And there was magma infill going on the entire time. And then again, we have another 2.7 magnitude earthquake near Tacoma. You see that red line going up and down there? We have a 2.7 magnitude earthquake at Tacoma, or near Tacoma. Look at the waveforms for this. There you go. Yeah. Now this wasn't reported either. This wasn't reported either. So, yeah, let's go back another one. Okay, we want to show you this. This is important. Here we have another earthquake, and they don't even identify where it was. Actually, we have two. We have one near the top of the page that occurred approximately 8 o'clock, 2000 hours. You look at the left-hand side, 2000 hours Pacific Standard Time. This happened. It was also a 2.5, 2.7 magnitude earthquake. But if you look at the bottom of the page, you can see that those red lines again, right up there, or right down there. This happened, I believe, the time it started was approximately at the bottom of the page there. That looks like it happened at about 14:30 hours, 2:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, 14:45. Okay, that happened, I believe, on the 10th. Okay, each seismogram is different. Look at all the heavy lines that pretty much start about 02:45 in the morning and go all the day long until it continues all day long, literally through 15:45. Look at all the lines. That's magma infill. All of that is magma infill. Okay? So you're seeing it. You're seeing it all. Every seismogram is different from day to day, location to location. Every seismogram is different. Okay? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why it's missing. I don't. Whether somebody was messing with the device, that's a possibility. Or they just decided we're not going to report this, and they took it off. Why do I say that? I've been saying it all along. But now more than ever, I have reason to believe because I have seen the evidence. I've seen the evidence. Okay, let's go find Mount Baker. Yes. Right. Anita, I'm sorry you feel like we have slighted you or had a bad attitude. That's not the point. Anita, please don't slight us. Please come back to the Freedom Revolution Network. We're not going anywhere. Okay? Okay? She told you we would be live last night at Facebook. It didn't work out last night. Okay, we went over. Yeah, we're live on Facebook right now. You can go to Facebook and see us. Okay, but I'm telling you, we went live to YouTube when there were issues last night. That's why you didn't see us on Facebook last night. We hoped to be on Facebook last night. We hoped to be on the Freedom Revolution Network last night. Okay? And I'm sorry you tried everything to know or that you know how to do it. If you want me to, I will walk you through it tonight. We can do Messenger and I can walk you through it tonight because I've got it up on my phone as well. I've got an Android, not an iPhone. I got an Android. Okay? For those of you that have me on Messenger, I will be happy. Yeah. This is Mount Baker, but all this information is missing. Okay, that was an earthquake. See the line going up? It goes up and then comes back down in a curve. We've got an earthquake there. I know, but again, the stylus went up in the air and came back down. You see it coming back down and the curve, and it continues. There was an earthquake there. Yeah, it is. It'll be the beginning of yesterday into today. Look at all that. There was earthquake activity at Mount Baker. And you see all the squiggly lines. That's magma infill. Sometimes it's heavier than at other times. Okay? Anita, please don't think we're slighting you or upset at you. We don't want to lose a major audience because of this. We left YouTube because they were censoring us and they were buffering us. And you, as well as everybody else, has seen that happen. We're trying to work out the problems here. I will be happy to help you personally solve this issue. Okay? You said, yeah. Yeah. Right. It is. Considering we're new at this is only the second night that we tried. Last night, Anita and everybody, we failed after 39 minutes. We went back to YouTube after the first 39 minutes. And we're sorry you couldn't find us. Okay, we're very sorry you couldn't find us. We went back to YouTube. Tonight we've been live here on the EMA show. We've been live here literally since about 4 o'clock. 4:30 today. Okay? We're not trying to slight you. We're not trying to beat you up. We're not trying to be mean. That's not it at all. And we're sorry that if you took it that way. We're also frustrated with what we've had to overcome here. It's very frustrating. Okay? We're not. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody. Okay. Here we have one of our friends here brought up the Spreaker and is listening to us on Spreaker. Okay? They're on Spreaker with us. I'm going to go down here to the comments. There's one comment. Actually, there's two. We love you and Terry and the EMA family. God bless you all for doing for the safety of the people. Sharon Long says, thank you, Ron and Terry. We're just trying, folks. We're just trying. Right. Right. I don't think it's harmonic tremors. Yes, I know. Terry, I don't have Terry here. Darn it. I don't have Terry here. Let me see if I can bring up the network here. I know I can bring up the network. I don't even have to. I shouldn't have even said that. All right. Scrolling down here to the chat. Scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down. Folks, we're trying, okay? This is new. Please bear with us, okay? We're not trying to slight. Okay. Yeah. What did Terry say? Yeah. Right. Right. All right. It's happening, folks. I didn't realize that we've been at this 2 hours and 45 minutes. I think it's more than that. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Right. So folks. Yeah. Right. And yes, please, 50 seconds ago, LXRDL said, friendly reminder to like the video. Yes, please do. Please like our video. This is over on the Freedom Revolution Network on YouTube. They found our video there. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. But I love it that you guys are paying attention to us, that you're following us, that you're liking what you see. Yeah. 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 Daughter of the King wrote, and this was just a few hours ago, 7 hours ago. I replied to her about the seismograms page not being displayed, or she says it should be displayed at every video that we post, just like you have the other information. She says, this is just a request from a faithful viewer in which we believe an enormous earthquake will truly happen in the near future. Here is information for you readers, as I'm sure Ron and Terry already know. I don't have a problem with either of them, but I do think this size of information, in order to be reliable, needs to be accompanied with links. I have told you we have repeatedly over the past few weeks, and even longer before that, told you where to find the links. Okay? I told her that she could go to PNSN.org. She linked verify information, EMSC-CSEM.org, earthquakes, filter, etc. She says, thank you for replying, but I can't find any written ones. Daughter of the King. Again, PNSN.org. We've shown you how to find it. We've shown you how to find it. It's there. Okay? It's here. Okay? We're not trying to hide anything from you. Yes, we're showing you this for the first time. Yeah. Okay, I want to show you this. Okay, I want to show you this real quick. I'm going to show you this from my phone. This is a 4.6 magnitude earthquake at Mindanao, Philippines. Remember where those large earthquakes happened within the last few weeks to few months? Remember when we had some 6.3, 6.5, 6.7, 7.2 earthquakes, Mindanao, Philippines? Here's an aftershock. It was upgraded from a 4.6 from a 3.5. Okay? You can't even, let me see, I can't even enlarge it. This is a 4.6 magnitude earthquake. Okay? Look at that magma inflow there on that seismogram too. This is on Earthquake Tracker. Yeah. This was a 3.5 magnitude earthquake. They upgraded. They upgraded this to a 4.6 magnitude earthquake. Mindanao, Philippines today. I'm going to show you exactly where that's at too. This is offshore from the southeast shore. Yes, I see where it is. You've got it on the screen. This is just off the southeast coast of Mindanao, Philippines. Now look at that huge ridge. See that center picture right there? Yeah, the earth on the left and the center picture on the right. See that huge fault. That huge fault there. Okay? Yes. Huge tectonic plate boundary, folks. Now do you understand why they had the earthquakes at Mindanao, Philippines? It's right literally on top of the plate boundary. It's literally on top of the plate boundary. Sorry, folks, I had to get some stuff out of my nose, blow my nose. I'm sorry. It's full, it's huge. A 4.6 earthquake upgraded from a 3.5. This is Earthquake Tracker, folks. What? This is Earthquake Tracker. It definitely shows a 4.6 from a 3.5. Okay? 38 minutes ago. 7:40 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay? Incredible. 11 times the original earthquake. Okay?